Hello, buttheads. I just spit. Let me do that again. Hello, buttheads. Hello, Jane.
Hi, Chase.
Hello,
How
Jesse.
are you, friend?
I'm good, man.
What episode is it?
10. This is the big double digits, bro.
10.
Give me some.
10. That was only 5. Let's do it again for 10.
That first one was crispy.
It was a good pop.
This is the Butthurt Owens Valley podcast, brought to you exclusively by Eastern Sierra Now.
Yes.
We do not represent their opinions or worldviews.
I don't.
It's gotten easier. At the beginning, I was more worried about you than anything.
Me?
But now that we're 10 shows in, I'm like, you guys aren't going to say anything that I have a problem with. I don't really care. I just wanted to make sure you didn't say something ridiculous because I've had drunk conversations.
Maybe if we ever make it to episode 666, it might get weird.
Then we're talking. Yeah.
Well, today's subject is slavery.
Christ, dude. You can't make me laugh at a slave joke. That's inappropriate, bro.
That's why it's great. That's why it's so funny.
Man. B.H.O.V merch, bhov.easternsierra.now.com. We got new exciting items coming soon, hooked up from Precision Printing Services.
Yes. You got some cool hats coming, I believe.
Yes. I have sent my requests. And
we've only had the one hat entry, right?
So far, yeah.
It's still
I
gaining
actually
traction.
told her, make some. Like, you're the one that makes shit. Make some hat entries, man. But she automatically wins because it'll be the store. You know what I mean? So,
I need some
but hey, we need
B.H.O.V
some people.
OGs, dude. Like some OGs. Just come on, man. Help us out. We need something.
Yeah, dude, I know there's tons and tons of, like, talented artists here. Like, dudes that just draw with, like, pencil and paper. Like, you know,
for sure.
I hung out with these guys, all through school and everything.
I know so many of
you. You guys know who I'm talking about.
And
Get
me
on it.
too. Like I'm looking at you, bro, and you and her and you.
Well, you know who I'm looking at.
Steel Tiger.
Where's your hat design, bro?
Yeah, we got a guy that can draw there. I've heard.
Yeah,
Couple.
My back says so.
I've heard that he's decent at drawing.
There's a couple dudes that pump out some high quality tattoos.
Say,
there,
every one of our skin here probably says Weston can draw.
Yeah.
So
he has great other artists in there as well. So,
do we have any random sponsors? A sponsor that could be sponsored by you.
you missed your arm. You have to do it again.
let's do it again.
Okay.
Okay, so do that.
Okay. Do we have any random sponsors by any chance, or is this something that could be sponsored by you?
That was a pretty good one.
That was
Did you guys
pretty
see
keep
the
that
sparkle
one.
last week I added?
No.
I added a sparkle.
Oh no,
It goes by your fingers.
It's so hard to watch yourself, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
watch
it is.
them.
Like I watched because my uncle loves these, and I watched part of it, and I was so high, bro. I was trying to tell
Probably
you.
the best way to do it.
Well, I was trying to tell you about the FFA, and I'm glad that we touched on that because there is a select window of time for those animals to come to market.
Right.
And then I was just like, bro, and the bro, and it was just so like the animal itself can only be a certain age and a certain weight, and that has to happen in a certain time frame, and they're passing through that time frame to be able to choose those animals. And I don't know if they did or didn't. I'll have to reach out to I believe Lone Pine was the one in question, the biggest one in question, and then I'll reach out to oh gosh darn, I'm looking at Joe's face. How come I can't remember his last name?
Well, I happened to
Buffington,
interview-
Mr. Buffington.
Yeah, I interviewed Mike Franciscioni, who is the new current sitting CEO of the fairgrounds,
Oh,
just today.
Word.
And he brought that up and said 100% the school stuff is all going to have as a new thing going on right now, so that's going to be set. There's no worries about the fair at all.
Okay.
Plus, there's a lot more money and stuff coming into the fair. He's made
Sure.
Actually, right now, we'll cut to the interview, and then we'll come back, and then so you got to see it.
Okay.
So I'm working on it like as we're talking.
Well then,
yeah.
cut-
So we'll throw in a clip.
yeah, you should cut to it like right now.
Actually, now would be this. So
Did you just
this frame, yeah.
out now me with that? How come it worked when you did
This
it, but
is
not
Eastern
me?
Sierra Now.
Bro, come on, man.
This isn't Eastern Sierra Now. We do not represent Eastern Sierra Now.
I represent me, man. You know what?
Moving forward, I know there's been a lot of questions about events, especially the Junior Livestock Show for 2025. That event will continue to take place a week in the weekend right before 4th of July. The week of June 24th and 29th on the calendar will be the livestock show and a JLA auction. Mule Days, we will be working on a new agreement. Hopefully that will be finalized sometime in October, November of 2024 for the 2025 Mule Day event, along with the California High School Rodeo Association state finals. That will be here for the next potentially 5 years. We'll be working on that agreement as well, and that takes place on middle of June. And the other rodeo that takes place here, this is a District 9 rodeo, and we have an agreement with them that runs through December, but we will renew that agreement as well. And also there's your other traditional events that take place that the city of Bishop puts on, was your Halloween event. And then we also have a fall concert on October 19th. The artist has been selected, but we can't announce that yet until we get approval. But the announcement of that artist will be posted at the entry of the fair and the entry of the arena. And yes, the fall concert is a country artist. There will be a main act and an opening act, and those will be announced during the fair.
I used to identify as a meat popsicle, and now I identify as a free-range human.
Nice.
If you are interested in sponsoring the podcast,
Yeah.
you can reach out to us at bhov.easternsierranow.com and go into the contact us section. You can get a hold of us there. Or you can also, if you just want to donate to what we do here, help us get better lights, better cameras, all that kind of stuff. You can also
Patreon, right?
Yeah, patreon.com/Eastern Sierra Now.
Yeah. And this is sponsored by Paradox Fitness. Paradox Fitness in Bishop, California is an amazing first choice for anyone looking to change their life and improve their fitness. The gym offers 24/7 access, which means you can work out whenever you want to. And whatever fits your schedule, that building is going to be available for you to do that. What sets Paradox Fitness apart is its welcoming and inclusive environment that caters to all levels of fitness. Whether you're a beginner, an experienced athlete, or just some dude who likes to hang out in the gym, they have plenty of isolated machines, free weights, and a dedicated area for body weight training and stretching. This ensures that everyone can find something that fits their workout goals. They are even planning to do an outdoor, dude, that's dope. They're planning to do add an outdoor training space, which would be rad. Like, they want to have functional bike equipment, battle ropes, turf sleds, all that good stuff. So Paradox Fitness is also community driven and aims to provide connections with experienced trainers to help members achieve their personal fitness goals. Did you know I used to work at a gym? I know I look like this now, but at one time I didn't.
It makes sense.
For 3 years, Power and Fitness in Eureka, California.
Eureka.
Bro, it was like so many crazy things happened to me.
North?
It's very north.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
We
like,
talked about that before because you were back when you had to do that for your job, when you drove really far from north to south.
yeah, man, when I like to drive for fun.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun.
It was a lot of
It wasn't a work
panicky.
thing.
It was panic ensued fun all the time. Especially when
Right,
one
it's
time,
hard.
like when one time this definitely didn't happen. Like I was in Long
Are
Beach.
you telling us a fake story right now?
100% fake story. I was in Long Beach, and I had accidentally came into this crazy intersection. It was massive. You come down a hill, and then there's a stop light, and then there's like 80 feet, and then a stoplight of like 100, where cars can be. Like, and then it goes. So you're an island in the middle of nowhere at the second light.
Okay.
And I came over the hill, red, then red. So I'm running the red light on accident, and I run the second red light on purpose. So because I didn't know what the I was doing. I was fairly young at the time. I wasn't the best experienced driver, and I was nervous because I didn't want to get pulled over for
Running a red light.
running a red light. Thank you, Jesse. So behind me, as soon as that happens, I hear boop, and I turn around and look, and it's a motorcycle cop, and he is getting it through the parked traffic. And so I just hit a right, bend up in the hills as fast as I could, took a left, took a right, took a right, took a left, ended up in a driveway and sat there for 4 hours.
That'd be a crazy story if it was real.
It was the dude.
That's cool how you can just make stories up like that.
Yeah, man.
Just on the fly.
On the fly.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
But yeah, I was a trainer in Eureka, California, and there were some wild ass things that happened in the gym, and hopefully those wild ass things don't happen in Paradox Fitness.
Yeah.
There's a guy who came in, a transient, a lot of transients. It was on the
Easy.
main street. Is transient the wrong word?
Oh.
His pronoun is hobo.
Some domicilially challenged individuals. This guy came in and I was like, "Hey man, can I help you?" And it was a desk like this, a little bit longer, and you had to walk around to get in the gym. And he was like, "I see what I like," and he just started walking to like a girl that was working out on a machine. I had to hop it, go over with another dude. Thankfully, this big ass dude named Brandon, who was the starting defensive tackle for the football squad, he was in there and he came up with me, and like we literally had to he was just gonna go after this woman.
Yikes.
Yeah, I had
Just
stalkers.
in public, huh?
It was so crazy, bro. I had stalkers in there. I had like these gay dudes that always hit on me, and like I love those guys now, but bro, it was really awkward starting out.
Yeah. It would be.
But that just means I'm handsome.
That does actually, it's scientifically proven that if you're a straight guy and gay dudes hit on you, you're good looking. It's scientifically
Well,
proven.
it's true because gay guys are always put together and look good because that's like their thing.
Yeah.
They think they hit on you because they think you're good looking. So
Yeah.
every time I get on a date, I'm stuck.
His name is.
It's been a long time.
All right.
Man
so,
Market is excited to announce a meaningful fundraiser
was
to
a
support
tangent of
Eastern
nothing.
Sierra Cancer Alliance, introducing our new Pink Manor shirts designed to raise awareness and funds to support this cause.
Hell yeah. We're gonna do a cancer fund with Ascent and my friend Casey Lynch.
For just like cancer research or a specific
Breast cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor and does it every year. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's pretty rad.
We could
So
do
like
something.
not towards a specific person, but towards the research of
Correct.
breast cancer. Right on.
Yeah, we could do a pink butthurt Owens Valley, like some gear that will donate whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be cool. We'll get it figured out and we'll announce it when we do it. But that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh
You
man.
want to get into some butt hurt?
I just want to tease this really quick. I'm reading this Breaking Bad news, and holy shit, bro.
See, I have it right here. I need to turn it over.
Don't.
I don't want to read it. I want you to read it.
Dude, this is gonna be good. Let's get into some butt hurt.
Yes, let's do that. I mean, honestly, buttheads, I'm a little disappointed. This happens every
really
few
mellow.
weeks. And you guys aren't delivering.
No,
You're just not.
you're not the postman.
But we do have
They're not being the postman.
postman's walking on by.
Oh, no.
Oh, we have more trash at the Artesians, people. Be
That one
better.
made me so mad.
But, you know, if people posted every single time they saw trash out there, I mean, that'd be the entire page, you know?
It's literally every time. The last time I was out there, I filled up a couple Vaughn's bags that I had in my car, just because it was like, there's diapers out there, bro. It's gross. That's too sad, man.
It's insane.
I'm going to do some not butt hurts because that's kind of where we're on right now. Not butt hurt, but you might be missing. Oh, start over. Blood. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. That's to get rid of my tongue tidiness. Not butt hurt, but you might be if you're missing out on the best burger in town. Look at how good that looks. In Diego Tasting
place is
House.
good.
It's super good, man. And every time I go by there, sometimes it's absolutely slammed, and most of the time it's not. And I just feel bad because they got great food.
And, you know, they're obviously not a sponsor or anything, but I do eat there, I mean, 2-3 times a month probably I eat there.
Okay.
And one thing that he does over there, and I'm pretty sure he still does it, I want to do it, but we just haven't gotten around to it yet. If you call him the day before and you have a party of however many people and you tell them that you want to do a crab boil and you let them know, you know, like the next day, like,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to do it on a Saturday night, you call him, you know, Friday afternoon and let him know. Like he puts like paper on the table and they boil a bunch of crab legs and stuff. Like it's pretty wild from what I've heard, but
We should
Yum.
do it.
Yeah, I think that'd be really
We should
fun.
do it as I want to get in. So after we complete this pizza thing, right? I definitely want to be doing kind of like a spotlight or like go in and restaurants, local restaurants around town. Us three have a meal together and just rate it.
We could do it like we're gonna with this pizza.
Yes.
Just go do it during the week, shoot it, make a piece out
Yeah.
of it, and cut to.
And on the back end of things, we've been running into logistics because the next 3 pizzerias that we want to eat at are unfortunately closed on Mondays, and we shoot this on a Monday.
Yeah, and it doesn't make much sense to change that schedule around and works out well for everybody. So
It does.
maybe like on a Thursday or something, we can go to a pizza joint or whatever.
Yeah. So the rest of them, where I feel bad is that we had Schlam and Hose and Pizza Factory come in here. They didn't get the experience of us filming at their spot. So maybe we'll go do a Schlam and Hose and a Pizza Factory again at the end.
We can say
in
Domino's.
their spot.
We
We
can
can
say-
in their
yeah.
spot. Schlam and Hose is funnier. But if we'll do it in their spot, you know what I mean? Because I feel bad that we'll be going to Upper
Well,
Crust
hey,
showing their ambiance.
You
and
know,
that's
we know what we could do is
Rejudge.
Just scrap those 2 pieces of
Rejudge
paper we have and
in-house.
just
Do it again.
and do it again.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Big
Yeah,
deal.
we'll do that. So we'll start with whoever we get this week, and then
yeah.
go from there. So
That was a trial run. Thank you all buttheads for being here for it.
Yes, thank you guys.
Watching us eat pizza.
yeah.
And you're gonna do it some more.
Makes for some. It's got to make for some boring, like the audio version of this.
Yeah.
Right. We have to be more descriptive for the audio folks because they're like I read. It was the funniest thing. I'm crossing the street, which oh my god, dude! I almost got drilled by a FedEx truck in the crosswalk. Like I was going over.
You sent us that video.
I did. I
Yes.
did.
That was you in the crosswalk?
That was me in the crosswalk.
Oh man, I thought you just because that was the cameras on your store.
Yes, that is the cameras on my store. I had to jam across the street just to grab a little something, and it was on one of my 12-hour days, so that had been last Tuesday, I believe.
Right.
And I'm coming back across the street. No cars are stopping. So I'm standing, big me, just standing there, no cars. And so finally there's a little gap, and I step out, car right in front of me. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? And so then I'm walking a little more, and I turn and I look, and here's a car, boom, and then a FedEx truck right behind it that I stopped for. And I'm just like, bro, make eye contact at him when he's driving by, and he's like, gives me a thumbs up. And
He
I was-
gave you a thumbs
Dude, I was
up?
all just like a schmarmy little asshole thumbs up like this. Because I was throwing my hands up at him, and so then I gave him the bird. Like, it was rude, man.
Oh man, that is rude.
And it wasn't like a local FedEx driver; it was their big rig truck. So like,
I remember that on the video.
Their truck and trailers. It's so dangerous. On a daily basis, there's probably at least 2 people that almost get hit at that crosswalk.
Right by your place. Yeah.
And it's the shadows, just like the one by Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's the shadows that mess with people because you're literally standing in a shadow. That one, the one by Willow Street, you're standing in the shadow of those awnings,
Oh yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like that has a lot to do with it. And the one at Kentucky Fried Chicken at dusk, there's just no lights there. A lot of the times when people are in dark clothing, the only reason why I see them is because of the light. Disappears. The headlights will be like, oh. I'm like,
Right,
somebody's
yeah.
crossing. Hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Well, you got a butt hurt?
Yeah. A little butthurt. There should be a $20 extra charge if you are in the 15 item or less lane with 16 or more.
Yeah, man.
I agree.
I try to count them out and not be that guy.
Yeah. Doesn't always work out. But I support the idea.
I think, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I got one here from, well,
Didn't somebody lose something?
I think lots of people have lost things.
Somebody lost something of importance on a telephone pole.
Oh, that one? You want to do that one right now?
I want you to do it.
Okay. Butthurt, somebody lost their,
We'll throw the picture up.
it is a personal massager.
Oh, is that all it is?
Did it have Butthurt logo on it?
What impresses me the most about that, this is a great idea for
Is that a
merch.
lanyard?
That's a carabiner. That is a carabiner. So
That's a carabiner. That's a big carabiner.
to get that thing latched on there took multiple attempts or a ladder.
I
And
wonder why it has a carabiner on it. Dude, is it from one of the backpackers that come through town?
I don't know, but that's That's an impressive sight behind that personal massager, is what I can say.
It's a beautiful view.
So,
It
man,
really is.
I don't
But I mean, turn anywhere in town. There's
like it, man. If y'all are using that, like, people like me have no chance. I'm sure that thing vibrates. They're down there, they're just karate chopping shit with that massive blue. And then I come in the house, and then I'm just like, ta-da.
Trying to helicopter.
Oh, it helicopters well, but I mean, it's just.
Oh god. I'm butthurt. I cannot find any dogs, puppies for sale. This one got a lot of traction on.
The comments?
Yeah, man. People were mad.
Very mad.
Very mad.
Where do you sit on adoption?
So,
We're all pro, right?
I mean, I'm obviously pro adoption. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. My fiance's dad is looking for a dog to be his hunting dog.
Yes.
So he wants a lab
working dog
from a good breeder.
Correct.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He's getting the dog for a specific job. If you're getting a dog for a specific job or a specific lifestyle or something like that, then like I don't think there's anything wrong with buying a dog.
For sure.
But I mean, if you're in the position where it's like, oh, it'd be nice to have a family dog around, like go check the pound. Like
Yeah,
there's
and
all
then see
sorts
if you
of,
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm very pro adoption, but I'm not anti buying either.
I had a working dog in my pit bull named Tank, and I adopted him. Mm-hmm. I found him eating garbage in like this person associated kind of randomly. Like he had a big, giant, beautiful pit bull, and then the babies, and it was like one of the last babies that hadn't been gone to a home yet, adopted yet, and like he was just eating trash like in the backyard, and the guy's like, yeah, I don't know, that's what he does. And I'm like, dude, can I take him home and feed him real food and love him like an animal, like a like a proper, like a good person would? He's like, yeah, I don't care.
Is it a working dog you had?
Yes, he had a purpose. Tank had a purpose.
Was he a hunting dog?
No, he was like a yard dog.
Okay.
I lived in a horrible neighborhood in Eureka. He didn't all spend his, like, he can come in and out of the house at his will. We had a doggy door.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he liked to guard the house. Things happened at night. He loved the possums. The craziest thing, I moved to Eureka. I don't know there's possums there. I've only seen possums in like a handful of times in my life. And so I come into my bathroom. The fence is like eye level out my bathroom window, and there's just a shadow of a possum casted in my window with its mouth open. And I was just like, oh! Like, it was so startling. And I was like, wow, oh! And then I realized, oh, it's a possum. But Tank, that was his goal in life, was to, like, kill them possums.
So my aunt used to live in Sacramento. Mm. Well, what is it? Vacaville.
Vacaville?
Yeah, same thing, right? But the kids across the street from her, when we go to visit, we'd always hang out because they were pretty similar to mine and my sister's age. And one time they had a party over at their house, and I think there was some underage drinking going on.
Okay.
I think I was like 11.
Okay.
Right? And I wasn't drinking, but like my sister and the older kids were.
Sure.
And there was a possum outside. And the kid that lived in the house went out there with a shovel and tried to like chop its head off with the shovel, and slipped and just chopped its ear off.
Oh my god!
And dude, it was so bad.
Kids can be so mean.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I just saw a thing not that long ago about like specifically about possums. Like they only live like 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, they have. I mean, it might not be
super short life.
Yeah, they have a really short lifespan, and they're actually like really. They're kind of like playful. Like they look really mean, and and they can be mean.
Yes,
but they're like super playful too, like almost like raccoons.
I love that.
You know.
I want a pet raccoon. They're so cute. I really do. I got one here. I'm unsure whether to be butthurt or excited. Time will tell. The Inyo County Board of Supervisors will vote later this year on whether to allow micro enterprise home kitchen operations MEHKOS, to operate in the county. If approved, an Inyo Environmental Health Department permit would let people legally cook and sell full meals up to 30 a day from their home kitchens. Trust me, I know it's happening now illegally, but if the board voted yes, we would have a program in place and add a little bit of oversight. As the director of the EHD, I, Jerry Ozer, what up, buddy, am gathering public interest data to help the board make an informed decision. There are clear pros and cons.
You're reading the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, extra income sounds great, but if your neighbors custom take up the street parking.
Go ahead and read the whole thing. The only reason I didn't bring it up is I clicked more and I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's a long one. There's pros and cons for sure. Extra income sounds great, but what if your neighbors' customers take up all the parking on the street? Share your thoughts by commenting below or take this quick survey that you're going to see right there. So yeah, I think it's a great way to supplement income.
Is that the?
I've had some wonderful meals cranked out of these people's kitchens.
Oh, is that the micro kitchen thing? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. There's a place in, I think they did it on the DL. I don't think that it was legal or whatever. But when I lived, I was working in Incline Village all the time. And then there was this Mexican lady that lived pretty close to it was almost easy to get to from almost anywhere you were in Incline Village. And I think it was like 2, maybe 3 days a week, she would just sell tacos out of her kitchen.
Yum.
And, dude, they were so
tacos.
good. Okay, average lifespan of a possum in the wild is 1 to 2 years.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
1 to 2 years?
1 to 2 years.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so there's something you can guess. But many don't survive their first year. In captivity, possums can live longer than
7.
with some living up to 10 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So they did live longer than 7 years.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with some living up to 10. So I would say 7 is probably about right there.
It's a magical number.
Yeah. And 1 to 2 years, if you think about, because it says right here, adequate nutrition, warmth, things like that. And they don't get that, Sure. So 1 to 2 years doesn't sound unreasonable. Because, mice live a long time, but they can sneak into your house and, hide inside the walls. Possums would have a hard time doing that.
I probably caused a little bit of a traffic jam it was Wednesday. It was after I almost got hit. It was when my bud tender came back, so it was Wednesday. And I was out front smoking a cigar, and I look in the street, and there's no cars coming, and there's just this little mouse, and he's just, running like Frogger. And he runs back to the curb and he's sniffing around, and then he comes back to cross and traffic's coming. And I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna die. And then he did the Rango thing and got tumbled around, and then he bolted over to the median right there and then went in the crosswalk and hid in the shade.
Wow.
And I was just like, I'm a soft-hearted person. I am a hunter, I am a killer, you know what I mean? When it comes down to, get food.
Yeah.
And I almost always shed a tear when I take a large animal.
I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that hunters are just these cold, awful people.
It's so hard to take an animal, man. But I'm doing it for me and my family. So I guess a lot of people don't realize that we are kind-hearted people, hunters.
Right.
Right? I don't really care too much about birds.
Well, we know you hate ducks.
Rapists. But anyways, I went and got a box and went out, stopped traffic, grabbed the mouse, and then I let him go over there behind what is that place? The survey. Behind my building is a survey, a little place where you can get your geological surveys done. And there's a little field right there, a little parking lot.
You have one?
I have one, and this is a great one, and I'm glad that it came up. Not butthurt, sorry, Chase. Any barbers, right? But are there any barbers that can do fades and cleanups like a walk-in maybe today? It's impossible to get a haircut in this town,
dude. There's actually that's not the only.
Abia's barber shop last week. Remember?
Yeah, Abia's, yeah.
I was walking for her.
Catching, and no offense to them, but literally every time I've driven by there, we'll say the last 10 times they were closed 9. I don't know the hours, and I think if I remember correctly, I think there's a cell phone you can call to make an appointment, and that's probably a good way, to build clientele and then eventually stay open, especially if it's, like a second business or you have kids or whatever it is. But it's impossible. I've cut my own hair here for like the past 10 years just because my barber is not here anymore. Well,
Yeah, I've walked into Main Street Barber before, but it was a bit of a wait. But it was a Saturday, and what do you expect?
those guys, dude, they screwed up my son's head so bad. They left one sideburn on, like burnt the other one, like way up top, uneven fade.
Wow,
Like just hammered his head.
I've never had a bad experience there. But I mean, I've only got my haircut there like maybe 3 or 4 times.
Sure.
I've never had a
Like if any young people, any people are like 18, 20, go get your barber's license and open up a barbershop here. You will seriously make a absolute killing.
Yeah,
Legitly.
yeah. I miss Matt.
I miss JJ.
Who's that?
Jeremiah, he's the best hair cutter in the world, man. That guy could fade up or do anything with the head. Are we having technical difficulties?
No,
I don't think we are. What do you think this means?
it means move it along.
Is that what that means?
Move it along, boys.
It's like Kermit the Frog. Yeah, I am Kermit the Frog.
I can't do it. I didn't even want to try. This one, it's not very funny, but I wanted to talk about it to bring up a point. I need a painter for my house. I know one person to never hire. Who to hire? And
I wonder who they mean they don't want to hire.
I don't know, nor do I care. The only reason I even bring this up, and it has nothing to do with the person that posted this at all, but something that I've noticed a lot of is, excuse me, sometimes when people need work done to their house, they'll post on Butthurt or Buy Sell Trade or whatever, and they'll say, "Oh, I need this done, and it pays this much," and you're like, "What? Who are you to tell a contractor or a handyman or anybody that's coming to your house to do work like that you're setting the price?" That's so not that this person did that in their post, but I'm just saying, like, I've seen it before.
Yeah, there was a famous one that went off.
Yeah.
I think it was like maybe last year, before.
I know exact. I don't remember the word
about
for
the
word.
garden work or something like that, and there was like
it was. I thought it was a roof.
Was it a roof?
There was some.
The one I'm thinking of was garden work, and they're like, should take 3 hours. Like, we'll pay $45, and like they needed the last part of their sprinkler section hand dug 18 inches deep into what looked to be somewhere like where the old riverbed is out there in Dempseyland, where it's just rock underneath. When you
Right.
get like it's just river rock.
Yeah.
They were like,
I do remember that one.
$15 an hour should only take 3 hours, $45. It's just like, really?
You're gonna tell me how much I'm gonna charge you to dig a hole in your backyard,
Especially when you don't want to do it,
and for that price, who would?
right? It's crazy, man.
That's the only reason I bring that up, though. I mean, somebody's looking for a painter. So if you're a painter and you're out there watching this, find that post and maybe hit them up. They might take your quote and they might tell you what your quote is supposed to be.
Not butthurt yet, but I could use some help from my fellow butthurtians. Does anyone?
I
at
really
Bishop?
don't like the fact that nobody calls each other buttheads. Stop. They're not butthurtians. They're buttheads. Right?
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I wasn't a fan.
You don't like the buttheads then?
I wasn't a fan in the beginning, and it's grown on me. It's good.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. Buttheads.
Yeah.
Not butthurt, but can use some help from my fellow buttheads. Does anyone in Bishop use T-Mobile's Wi-Fi and or cell service? If so, how is it? The coverage in the service here is horrible because only strippers use T-Mobile, and there is no strippers in Bishop, so they don't have service up here. That's it.
Strippers at Eastern's here now.
Wow.
Remember the first episode we did in there?
Oh, right.
Yeah, but that was just dance practice.
Yeah,
There was nobody chucking dollars, bro.
yeah.
There ain't no professionals.
Dude, this would be the worst place. It would be terrible.
The talent pool for everything in Bishop is pretty shallow. We have some very talented individuals. We have some amazing artists. We have some amazing athletes in Hunter Camp Moyer. Hello. We have a wealth of talent, but to like draw, not only is it small enough that you would like know that person really well in an intimate way, most likely. But it's just not a deep pond to draw from. Gosh. It's not.
Dude, that would be so bad.
Yes.
Oh.
What you got, bro?
Butthurt, I heard about a fatal traffic accident this morning on 395, and that's actually from today. This was 3 hours ago, so Monday. I can't find any info to verify the info. I can't find any info to verify the info.
Okay.
Well, I guess you have to have two sources of info to make sure it's verified.
That you're talking about what they need to verify is the info.
Well, I think they need more info to verify the info they already have.
Sure.
That's what it sounds like.
But they're looking for a verification of that info.
Of the info that they already have.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Okay. Someone close to me was somehow supposedly associated. Can't reach the person. Anyone hear about any major accident today?
Bummer, man. I seen a bunch of fire engines screaming down towards Big Pine. I guess there's a fire down there. I don't know about that accident in particular. Not butthurt about all the entries we have for the Derby this year. All the drivers and fire department have been working hard this year to make sure you guys have a great Derby. 20 cars and counting. Going to be a badass Derby. Thank you guys so much. Bishop Volunteer Fire Department, all the drivers. I have a couple drivers in my neighborhood out there, and I'm watching them work on their vehicles. And I know the blood, sweat, and tears that you guys pour into those cars just for our entertainment. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah. I saw something a while ago that somebody posted.
Oh, there's been so many good derbies. Like when was it? It was a handful of years ago, pre-COVID.
I was talking. Was I not talking?
Sorry.
Golly.
Good derbies.
Okay. Well, now I don't remember what I was going to say.
I was talking about the Destruction Derby and all the memories, the great memories that you've had of the Derby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to talk. There was a post earlier in the week or last week or whatever it was. Somebody was complaining about like supposedly the prices for the Derby are like super high this year.
I haven't looked.
Used to be. I haven't looked either. I remember seeing that as a butthurt. And so
worth the Google.
Yeah, I mean, we can find out how much they are probably pretty easily, right? While you're doing that, I'm going to bring this up. We're going to put a link in the show notes. There's a young boy who's battling cancer right now, and so they're doing a fundraiser for him.
Thank you for bringing that up, buddy.
I'm not going to say his name on here, but I mean, you'll obviously see it when you click the link. But they're actually doing if this is still going by the time you guys check out the link, they're doing a raffle for a rifle for during the fundraiser.
That's awesome, man.
Looks like a pretty nice rifle. It's
that's awesome.
It's a why can't I read this?
Can you read?
It's a Bergara.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's Bergara B14 Ridge Wilderness 6.5 PRC.
The 6.5, baby.
Yeah.
That is no joke
Bergara's that's a nice rifle.
That is a very,
Well, that's why I was like, I can't even read this because I saw it at first and I was like, that says Bergara. And I was like, no way, it's Bergara.
There's no way. There is a way.
But yeah, that's exactly what it is. So tickets are $20 each. Cash check to Mono County DSA or Venmo. We'll just put this we'll put this flyer up right here so you guys can pause it. Yeah, we'll see if there's a link that we can find. If not, then we'll do the link, but we'll just put the flyer up right here real quick for you guys too, so you can pause it right here and read that if you want.
And if you want a physical flyer, stop in at St. Bishop. I'll print some out as well.
Yes.
Pick your seats. I'm still trying to find a seat. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, there's another barber thing.
General admission, $20.
$20?
That's what I'm seeing.
Well,
right?
maybe I saw something wrong or I read it wrong. I thought I saw something about it. And
how did I get that view section? Section B, $25. Huh. Yeah, the one of the seats filter seats by price, $20 and or $25. Isn't that how much it always costs?
I mean, as long as I remember a long time ago it was like 10.
Less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, with the times have changed.
Times have indeed changed. Hello, Kyle. Thank you for sending that to me. It's funny. Kyle always be texting me like he knows that I'm on the show. You have any more? I have more.
You were talking about the micro kitchens earlier.
Yes.
Here's another small business thing. You may be butthurt if you're a small business owner and you don't know Inyo County is proposing a new county business license. Did you already talk about this?
I have not.
Okay.
I definitely wanted to. Thank you for grabbing that.
This would be in addition to the current city business license for those conducting businesses in unincorporated areas of Inyo County.
There was a couple meetings. It looks like. I wonder how they went.
I don't know, but so you need to
It'd be crazy if we knew a news source which had our back.
You know anything about that, Jesse?
Not much. Yeah, I haven't heard much. There's some stuff posted about it, but all week I've been on other stuff. So news.
You're a busy guy.
Nothing. Yeah.
You do a lot of plays.
Other people are doing this. This wasn't even my play.
Oh wow.
But yeah, this.
Is that the Shakespeare one I just read about on Butthurt?
You're very theatrical.
Was it good?
Yeah, it went really well. We did some good reviews on Eastern's Here Now about it. And Eastern's Here Now's own Amy Smith was a star in one of them, and she kicked butt. It was really good. Everybody was so good. There's a lot of Bishop people in it, actually. Yeah, Allison Peeler was fantastic. Multiple, I can't think more people off the top of my head, but there's multiple Bishopers.
We should probably talk about the that very, very unfortunate fire that happened.
What fire?
On Willow Street at the trailer park?
Oh, yeah,
man. Lost 4 mobiles and a RV. And it turns out that it was some faulty wiring by what looks to be an ignition source of fuel. Pop, bang, boom. There's animals that were lost. I know some people that were directly affected, so we're going to throw up the GoFundMes. You guys will see them up here right now. Click, and if you can share, please do. I definitely have, and we'll put them in the show notes too.
I don't want to be butthurt. I need a new nail person in desperate need of a fill.
Can you imagine what it's like trying to be a girl?
I don't want to. It sounds awful.
Like makeup every day, nails, all the things.
Yeah.
And then you have like a natural predator. Like men don't really have a natural predator, and then like women kind of like do, and males. There's not a whole lot of men preying on men out there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was just having a conversation about serial killers the other day.
Bro,
we were talking about they're always
so
like a white, reasonably looking, middle-aged dude. And so it's like, and the people that are in trouble are women and gay boys. But that's because that's what that person would be. You're never going to see a woman serial killer going after a bunch of young straight boys. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's super, like, Jesus.
Right.
What's the deal?
I wonder why. What do you think that is?
There is gosh darn it, I was just watching this thing on John Wayne Gacy, and then it went into another killer, and he wanted to, like, obviously get out of whatever shitty situation he was in as far as confinement, and so they talked to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist's like, okay, we need to hook you up to a little brain scanner and then talk. And then what is lacking in his description and his want to create violence is it's a very small part of your brain in the front, and I forgive me because I do forget what it's called, but it's responsible for your judgment, right? Like oh, I'm not going to do this because it's bad. Like they lack that.
Okay,
it's not there.
My question was more along the lines of why do you think there isn't female serial killers that go after young males? Because obviously anybody could have that issue with their brain, right? That would make them essentially a psychopath, right? It's not. It doesn't just affect.
Yeah, sociopath,
men.
psychopath.
Sociopath, psychopath doesn't just affect men. It affects women. I'm sure there's documented cases on it, right?
It
But
has to be just
people,
aggression.
How come those women don't go? Do you think it's just aggression?
It has to be like a testosterone and aggression thing, a hormone balance. I really do. Like, and you, like, we all watch those things. It started young. He started stepping on spiders and then turned into rats. And then he skinned the neighbor's cat and we buried it and didn't tell him.
Oh,
and
my God.
then,
You can't say that.
yeah. Oh, so there's this crazy interview that popped up on my one of the reels, and it's this guy, and he's in college, and he's telling a story about how he was trying to get a ride home, and this dude pulled over. He jumped in the car. He's driving with homie, and then he just feels weird. Guy, they're slowing down. He just feels a strange vibe from this guy. Opens up the door, runs away. Didn't know anything else. Like 30 years later, John Wayne Gacy. It was him. So when he was caught and they were talking to him, they were like, "Hey, in a public interview, why did you take the door handles outside of your car?" And he's all, "The first dude I tried to kill jumped out of my car at a stop sign." And it's the clip is of that kid,
Wow.
older, recalling that was fucking him.
So I know for sure that there are females that are capable of it, right? And I'll give you a prime example.
Sure.
I was just fresh out of high school, and I was driving down from, I believe I was up in Crowley. I could have been in Mammoth, but I was coming south on 395, and there was a woman that looked like she wasn't hitchhiking. She didn't have her thumb out or anything, but like it was hot out that day, and I saw her, and she was like wearing flip-flops, and she had a backpack, right? Are you not listening to me?
No, I am.
What's that look like?
I don't want this to be one of your dumb joke stories.
First thing I thought.
Dude, why does everybody think I'm always going to tell a joke? Everything Chase says is a joke. This happened to me and it scared me.
I'm very sorry.
Are you gonna listen to my story
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So I pull over because she's wearing like flip flops. She doesn't have a hat. Super hot outside. So I pull over. I'm like, "Hey, do you want to ride?" And she was like, "That'd be great." I said, "Cool. You can put your backpack in the bed of the truck." And she goes, "Well, I'd rather keep it up front with me." I'm like, "Okay. I mean, gives you less leg room. It's kind of a bigger backpack, whatever." So we're driving for a while, and then I noticed that she kept like guarding the bag, and I was like, "You pretty attached there? Like, what do you got?" And she goes, "It's none of your business." And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay."
Well, it's true.
And well, I mean, I guess, but I'm giving you a ride, and you have a backpack in my truck with me. Like, what is it gonna hurt me? Is it is it
a snake?
Is it a pew pew? I don't know.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Got that pipe.
So, so I'm like, seriously, you need to put the bag in the back, or I'm not giving you a ride. And she's like, "Bag stays with me." So I pull off the road, and I'm like, "Get out." She gets out, and I take off, and the bag is still in my truck, dude. So I drive a little bit further down the road so she can't catch up to me, and I open the bag, and dude, what was in there was just crazy. Like, anyway, let's just move on.
What was in there?
None of your business.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dude, when you started making the face, I almost lost it. I almost started laughing. I was like, "Don't laugh. Don't laugh. He'll know."
so in the future, I'm going to help you out. You have a couple tells.
Okay.
You get a little too descriptive.
See, it's every time.
In that, right, it's the backpacker, you're out of here. You got to work through that one. It's got to be better.
So, like, there has to be more steps.
I would make it less complicated. The backpack rattles open. I look down at it. She pulls it shut. What's in there? Right? Boom.
And then you guys have a different conversation about something else that leads back to the backpack. Yeah,
Dumbass joke stories.
Okay, so first I'm giving too much detail. Now you guys are adding more detail.
I'm not adding more detail. I simplify things for you, dog. I don't know what he's talking about. He's trying to make it theatrical like a play. Is anyone else?
You know how he is.
He's theatrical. Is anyone else in the east area of Bishop butthurt about the rats? Cat will drag in one every few days, but they're running around in the backyard eating my grapes, my chicken food, the neighbors' cat food. It's a thing on the east side. And what's crazy is there used to never really be rats here. We had mice. We've had field mice. We have little mice, but they're Rats are like a late 90s, 2000s thing. We never really had rats. I worked, one of the first jobs I ever had was for Pest Masters. We did not have rats. There was no rats in Bishop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then they just come up, and some produce or whatever. And
Yeah, my dad stores his trailer out there at Mill Pond, and he has to set up one of those buckets inside.
oh,
the
yeah.
trailer.
It's the greatest mousetrap in the world.
Yeah.
The peanut butter, the bucket with the peanut butter.
Yeah,
and
it's just a ramp with peanut butter on it, and then
goes
peanut
to the
butter on
water.
rim of the bucket, and they
to the water.
right into the water. But let's just get around to this guy, if you don't mind. I just looked at this for our nostalgia.
Oh, sure.
Big Pine Haunted House, bro.
Oh, Big Pine.
Yeah.
Haunted house, didn't you? Didn't you have something to do with that?
Oh yeah, my uncle started it,
There you go.
and then I was in it every year. But yeah,
Really?
that was the whole thing. It was huge for a while, and most of the money went. I'm not doing it. I need to get up here closer to you guys because the
Oh, yeah.
working. My uncle started it, and then all the guys at Big Pine got together and did it for years, and it grew every year, and all the money that was raised went to be like the heating and cooling system in the town hall and the big flags when you come into Big Pine.
Yeah.
They built that. All the toys at the park, that was all from that. So every year they get $100,000 and put it into something. It was huge. It was huge.
I wonder who has all that stuff.
A lot of it got sold off and given away and stuff like that.
Some
The
of
one
those-
thing that I do know exists, and I'll see if I can get it to show on the show one of these weeks, is the actual Freddy glove from Freddy 2.
Oh, wow.
The guys, the FX guys came and taught
I
us
remember.
how to do all the stuff, and they gave us the glove. It's freaking steak knives. Like, I'm like, what? It really is. I've had it on.
Somehow
It's rad.
remember.
Who has that?
My uncle had it. He kept it, so my aunt has it after he passed
That's
away.
so rad.
Wow.
If I can get a hold of it, we'll show it on the show.
That is so rad.
But
I wonder how much that thing's worth.
dude, I know. Especially when Robert England's alive, get him to sign that. Yeah, I know an Inyo County film commissioner that could probably make some calls.
Bro.
He's an important person.
It's Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
you know the film commissioner? Did you?
Intimately.
Encouraging people to shop local instead of online. There has to be middle ground. Shopping for tires cost ranges from 140 to 200 each, additional 300 to mount them online, 300 for 4. Where's the choice? I'm buying online. I understand the cost of getting products shipped here, but the cost for locals going out of town with the prices that you're charging. So what she's saying is that it's cheaper online, right? We have to, like, I always think about when I make local purchases and I'm thinking about making a large local purchase that can be done in town. It stays here. That money stays here. And that's an important thing for a very, like, we're a tourist-based economy. There's not a whole lot of people contributing here. So you have to think about the time that it takes to get down there, the wear and tear on the vehicle, all of those things. Time is money. There's vehicle cost, all of that stuff. So everybody is able to, do what you want to do, but
Yeah. So
it's a choice that I've made both ways.
Yeah, my thing is, if I pay a bit more, fine, to get it local, fine. But if I'm gonna pay 100% more,
Oh yeah,
no shot.
no, 100% is crazy.
Yeah.
So that one is yeah. This one would be 440 in town or 300 online, but you're still gonna have to pay to mount them.
Well, it depends if shipping is like nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Like $10.
Depending what it is.
Yep. I got it.
Stuff might cost quite a bit.
Another one that's gonna ruffle your feathers real quick.
$200.
What?
That's are all you rural but Hertians. With your whack internet, Starlink is available. It is on sale for the initial equipment. Buy that shit.
Buttheads.
Yeah.
Buttheads.
There's also like really fast, is it digital? Frontier, whatever it is, that's coming out like in Big Pine. I just found out about it. You can get like 2 gigs for like $100 or something.
So that's
Wow.
good because the Big Pine is an anomaly.
Yeah, so
There's
that way we
no
can do our
cell
online
service there.
shopping.
The craziest thing, and I hope we'll pull it up right here, is the map of the providing service for Starlink. There's a circle about that big.
Yeah.
Guess where it is?
Big Pine.
On your butthole. No, it's Big Pine.
Weird.
It's crazy.
Because I was looking at buying Starlink, so okay.
It's the tiniest spot, and it's right when you come towards Klondike on the turn where everybody loses service.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about it. It has to be the encroachment of the hills right there in the Sierras that just makes it impenetrable.
No, it's the big ears, dude. They're causing all sorts of hell.
Do you think it's the ears? Whoa.
Dude, it's so what do they do there?
So I actually was out there about a year ago on a movie, and
We need to bring Jordan. Jordan can come and tell us.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jordan, I love you. Come on our show.
Come on, man.
Jordan,
Come on the show, Joe. Trim. Mr. Jordan Trim.
What does he do out there?
I don't know. I don't know what they do out there.
They told me they listen for stuff that's ancient noises that
Yes.
are coming out.
My
Like stars.
Like the movie
my
Contact.
neighbor, like,
Jodie Fisher.
works like on them. My neighbor. I could ask him. Yeah.
They're listening, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Contact. Have you ever seen the movie Contact? Mm-hmm. Watch it. Fast forward the first hour and a half, and then it gets good.
That's fair enough. Yeah. That's
Fucking horrible movie, man. I love the end of it, but gosh darn. I have just a couple more things. This is conspiracy. I know we have no idea what started the Willow Street fire, but I do want to say and put it out there that there's been 2 or 3 dumpster fires in and around. Right? That's not what happened at Willow Street, but that's what it is.
Yeah, and that, I mean, even when I first read that, I was like, that seems. Ooh, I want to hear the bad news. Wait, I need water. Go ahead.
I am breaking bad news. Okay. I'm writing
a news audio. So
Old school?
Start doing it.
Breaking Bad News with James Truhls. I'm writing to sincerely, and this is I just glossed over this, so forgive me because I do not read that well. I don't read so good. I'm writing this to sincerely apologize for something from my childhood that I now realize was deeply disrespectful. When I was younger, during road trips near Manzanar, my parents would occasionally stop at the abandoned guardhouse for bathroom breaks. They preferred that my sister and I avoid asking for bathroom stops in stores so they didn't have to pay to use the toilets or buy us candy. That was back in the day. There used to be a charge, like an AM, PM and stuff. You had to put a quarter in, turn it, you could use the shitter. So instead, we would use the abandoned structure at Manzanar.
They were pooping in it?
They were pooping in it.
The guard shack that's on the east side of the road, not like at the actual museum, I'm guessing, after reading that.
I now realize how wildly inappropriate and disrespectful that was, given the historical significance of Manzanar as a site where thousands of Japanese Americans were unjustly incarcerated during World War II. Using such a place in such a way showed lack of awareness and sensitivity to the pain and suffering of that part of our history. Please know that I have a much greater understanding and respect for historical and cultural importance of Manzanar today. I am committed to educating myself further and being more mindful about the way I engage sites of historical significance.
Well, obviously, this was a child that their parents were.
Bro, your parents were shitty.
Yeah, that's a terror. Like, and really, hey, if you're watching this,
that's a good heart, bro.
Nothing against you, man.
That's a good heart you got.
Woman, what did it say?
Doesn't.
Nothing against you, person, but your parents are terrible.
It just says me and my sister, so we do not know gender.
Your parents are awful. But you know what it reminds me of? You ever seen the movie Rat Race?
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie? So
sounds so familiar.
There's a group of Mr. Bean's in it. There's a group of millionaires, and they bet on stupid stuff. So they put I think it's $1 million or something like that in a suitcase, and they put it in a bus stop locker.
Okay.
And then they get it's like 12 people or something like that, and they just yeah.
Oh, I vaguely remember this.
And who's the guy that?
John Cleese is the millionaire.
No, the father of the daughter that he makes her poop out the window.
Oh yeah, John. The guy that says, "With our king," on
Yeah.
SNL back in the day.
Oh, sure. Love
yeah.
it.
So she has to go to the bathroom, and he makes her put her butt out the window, and then the next scene like goes to a different scene. Then it cuts back to them, and it's the police. They're like standing there like shaking it, and then his partner's in the back in the car, and he's wiping the windshield down.
It does sound like this. It's like, just stop at a gas station, Mom and Dad. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Literally.
Do you guys know when you're using the sink on like a camper, like an old 70s camper, they used to drain out the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
It was just there was no recycling. It would just drain. There was no gray water tank.
Yeah.
It would drain on the bottom.
Oh, the gray water.
Gray water, sink water, straight to the ground.
So
Right. So I used to go to Mojave Lake. Lake Mojave, I think is the correct pronunciation, with my grandparents. They had a trailer. We used to ride in the trailer for a section. When it wasn't too hot back there, we would ride in the trailer. And
you pooped in the sink.
No, I did not poop in the sink. What do you think? I'm an animal? I pissed in it. Same thing, bro. Like literally, man. Because like
It's just
me and
draining out the
Ricky,
bottom
dude, but you're going 65. So Ricky, we had to pee, and then we both peed, and Ricky's like looking out the back, and he's just giggling, ha ha ha. And like I go back and look, and like people are just mad. Wipers on, coming around us, desert heat. Like, and we pull over at the next rest stop, and my grandpa's like, "What? What were you guys doing? Like, did you pour soda down?" And we're like, "No, we peed in it, Grandpa." He was upset for sure, but it's something that, like, you don't know what you're doing when you're little, man. Like, just
Isn't
like
that, isn't that wild, dude? Riding around in a trailer.
shit in it. Yeah, it used to be legal.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I did it too. My grandparents had a fifth wheel, and it's wild that we did that. It's wild.
But how is it? It's not much different. Like if it's attached to a vehicle, then you see those dudes in the RVs just walking around eating snacks, coming through town.
Well, even those RVs, like I think those RVs have like 4 seats that have seat belts on them, and you're supposed to have you're supposed to be seated.
Bro, buses don't have seatbelts on them for our children still.
Anyway,
Yep. I don't got anything else. We hit our 6,000th member. I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. We're at like 6,200.
Nice.
I've reached out to you, 6,000th member. If you think you were around that time about 2.5 weeks ago that it is you, check your messages, man. They are hidden. If we are not friends, you have to accept it and look, because I am offering goods.
ooh.
Goodies.
Make sure to check out the merch store at BHOV.easternsierranow.com. Check out the store. Write us some comments what you want to see in there. Check out Eastern Sierra Now on Facebook, on their website, on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
You did a really good job on that.
Thank you.
Word. All right, much love, y'all. We out.